she to just go get a room. Riva describes herself as unusual looking. She has spina bifida. She says her big orthopedic boots are so visible when she's taking her walks around Chicago that they now have their own fan club in town. And if we're talking about the goal of my real person talking to your real person, this was it. You said that growing up, pretty much the only images of people with disabilities around were either depicting you as monsters or holding you up as heroes, this kind of shining example of the human spirit. Which one is worse? Is it worse to be a monster, or is it worse to be, oh, you're such an inspiration?
I personally like monsters better, but, that's got to be a decision for each person. So I do run every morning. I call it a run. It's kind of a very fast limp along the lakefront. And I get two ongoing reactions. I get the people who ask me, what's wrong with you? And then I get a lot of things that actually drive me more up a wall, which is people coming up and saying, you're so brave to be doing this. You're so I see you out here every morning, and you just inspire me to try harder. And I think, oh, thank you. I'm just doing my run, I'm just doing my run. I'm not saving drowning puppies. I'm not taking people out of a burning building. I'm having a life. I'm not doing it to inspire anybody. And if somebody came up to you and said, oh, I'm so inspired that I see you out here and it's so difficult for you. I know it's so difficult. And yet here you are in your spandex. How would you feel?
Is it like, just let me do the damn run?
Yeah, just let me be a person.
Riva Lehrer. Emphatically not an inspiration or a hero, but yeah, probably a crush.
You're about to retire. You can go to Chicago whenever you want.
Yes, I can, and I may.
Hi, my name is David Schindler, and Tapestry to me has meant a grounding, a grounding not like, hey, go to your room, but a grounding where I can get in touch with myself by listening to other people getting in touch with their selves.
Mary, it's Bruce Johnson from Winnipeg calling. Just want to thank you and the Tapestry team for sharing your time and talent during the last several decades. We have lots of fond memories while on the Tapestry journey. However, as we all know, one of the messy parts of being human is that law of impermanence, so au revoir. For me, a particular episode that provided insight and wisdom was brevity as the soul of prayer. In particular, two listeners shared their experience. One was simply, be still. The other was, if the only prayer you ever say for the rest of your life is thank you, that'll be more than enough. So thank you and be well. And, P.S., by the way, I still have a few dozen cassettes with some of my favorite Tapestry episodes, so I'll be okay for a while.
Tapestry now available on cassette.
Oh, hello. My name's Louisa Merton, and I have been listening to Tapestry for many years. It is my all-time favorite program that the CBC hosts. The immeasurable impact is just too valuable to not replace. Even though you're unreplaceable, it has to be replaced, especially at the times we are living in, which are so filled with human suffering and disconnectivity. I can't even imagine why the CBC would want to eliminate the one ray of light that brings us all together and inspires us all to be better.
Hi, everybody. I live out in Victoria, and I have listened to Tapestry all of my adult life. My dad has listened to it as well, and he and I are extremely close, although we do not live in the same city, but I always know that on Sundays he's listening to Tapestry, as am I, and it's been a bond of ours for decades. It was with a really heavy heart that I heard that Tapestry would not be continuing. I certainly think that in this time that the world needs more shows